Hello everyone, Onlydraven here again, and today we're doing another tutorial in Minecraft Sky Factory 4. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make and use the Creation Station, which is part of the Ender Utilities mod. This is a great component that gives you a lot of different functionalities. We're going to cover the basic and most important parts in this tutorial. Now, if you find this video helpful and you like it, please be sure to click like. But most importantly, please remember to hit that subscribe button. That way you can see all my videos and tutorials as they come out. Okay, a few things we're going to need to make today. We're going to need some Ender Alloy Enhanced, which is 4 gold ingots and an Ender Pearl. There are 3 different levels of Ender Alloy. There's the Basic, Enhanced, and Advanced. And the biggest difference is whether or not you're using iron, gold, or a more advanced component. But for this one, we're going to need to use some enhanced. Next is an inactive ender core enhanced, which is 4 of those enhanced ender alloys we just made, an emerald, and 4 obsidian. Again, there are several different levels of the inactive ender core, and the really big difference is what's in the middle and the type of ender alloy that you're making. Next is you're going to need a couple of the ender furnace, and that is going to be 4 obsidian, 1 regular furnace, 3 ender alloy of the basic type, and 1 inactive ender core basic as well. You're going to need 2 of those furnaces. Next is the creation station, which is those 2 ender furnaces, a crafting table, the inactive ender core enhanced we made, some more of the ender alloy enhanced, and 2 obsidian. And the last thing you're going to need is a memory card. And the 6 GB or the 6 byte is the first one, and that is 4 ender alloy basic, 2 wooden chests, and a gold ingot. Again, there are different levels of chests, 6 being one of the smaller, but there's an 8, 10, and a 12, which of course builds upon the lower leveled cards of each situation. Okay, so let's see how this works. So for primarily the majority of your creation station, it doesn't have to have any type of power source, so it does not need to be connected to RF in any way. It has a couple of different really handy features. First of all, if we take a look at the creation station, there is a lot going on in here. And these bars right now are all grayed out. If we try to put something in here, it's not going to let us do that. It will not let us work in these work areas. Because to do that, you have to have a memory card. So we place the memory card in this slot here. These now become usable. I can now place items in any of these grids should I need to. Now the memory card will store items in this section here, and the amount that it can store is based, again, on the size of memory card that you have. If I put some sand here, we scroll over this, it says now storing 1 stack, 64 items in total, 64 sand. It's telling me how much is being stored in that area. You can have multiple cards in here and choose which one you want to be working out of based on what you're trying to do. Now, because this has we use 2 ender furnaces to make this. Let's grab a piece of coal here. There are 2 ender furnaces built into the upper corners here and one in the upper right. That works as a furnace just as it normally would. You can have it on the turtle, which is the slow normal mode, or you can hit fast mode, which will speed it up, but it does burn through your fuel faster. Now you can use coal as I was just doing, or you can use ender pearls as a fuel in either of these to take. And you can have both running at the same time. Firing that there, you'll see that it is putting together sand and making glass out of each furnace as we're sitting here. Okay? So, handy little thing there. It's a great, having 2 furnaces in your hands while you're working on crafting things is awesome. Now, this grid here and this grid here both work primarily as a standard crafting table. Let's go ahead and grab a few more materials here. Just say, starting right off the bat, I wanted to build a chest. I can just go in there, build it as normal. I have a chest. Super simple. You can do that all day long, use it as a standard crafting table. I can also have 2 crafting tables at once. So let's go ahead and let's do this. Let's look up crafting table. All right. So in our JEI, you'll see that there's a purple frame. So whichever one of these I'm highlighting or clicked on is which one's going to become active. If I go to crafting table, hit plus, just like in any other crafting table, it has moved the recipe over here. If I was on the right-hand side, did the same thing, I would now have it over here. So you can have different recipes in either side should you need to. Now you can, on the number 1 here, right-click. That will clear out the inventory in the pattern, or you can just hit the X button underneath of it. That will clear it out as well, and it will move any items you've taken out of there into the inventory of the table itself. Now, much like a crafting station, it's nice because if you back out and go back in, it will keep the items inside the table, so they don't automatically go back into your inventory. They will stay in here. You can come back and continue what you were working on before. Now, there are a lot of different functionalities as well that are contained within this system. So let's look at a couple of them. Right here's a little tooltip. Scroll over the eye, and it's going to give you several different types of steps and uses in here that can be a bit confusing, but it is a reference should you need one. But basically it goes like this. We have the left one highlighted, go into crafting table, 1 click gave us that. Now, if we go to the number 1 and hold down shift and left click, it is going to memorize this pattern. Okay? Let's just give you an example here. We'll clear out that. Now, I've taken everything out, but you'll see if I go to number 2, there's nothing. 3, nothing. But in spot number 1, it has memorized this recipe. I can press middle click to clear out that memory so it doesn't remember it any longer if I want to get rid of that. But I can put it back in the same way. Put it there, shift left click. Now it's going to remember that. Exit that out. Now we have this. So if we're outside of that, 1 click takes you back to your recipe. 2nd click will fill each spot of the recipe with 1 component, so 1 block of wood, and another left click will fill those slots with as much inventory as you have in this area. So I could make 1 crafting table, I could make 46 crafting tables. It is up to me. The amount of times you left click is going to denote how many items move to this. And X always clears that out. I can do the same thing over here. Okay, we'll put that up here. Say I want to make a workbench. Right? I try to do that. It won't let me because I don't have a crafting table. Okay, easy enough. We'll go over here, left click once. Now I have a crafting table. Then I go over here, add this recipe. See how it's mixed up all over here? It's because I didn't click over on the left. Or on the right, I'm sorry. If you click over on the right, and I add this new recipe, whoop, now I have my workbench. And it still has this recipe memorized here. I can click on it once to make another one, or another time to make 45, should I need that many. Now, this here will sort your items. If you hit this, it's going to sort the item in this area, and down here, it's going to sort your player inventory as well. So you have a couple different ways of sorting right there. These buttons down here have some different functions as well. So let's go ahead and grab some wood and move it down here. We'll grab some cobblestone, move it down here. First button says move all items except hotbar. If I click this button, everything in this section automatically goes up into here. If I have items I want to move into this crafting table because I know I'm going to work on them later and I want to clear out my inventory, that's a way to do that. This here moves matching items except hotbar. Going to do the same thing. It didn't take the wood that time because I didn't have any wood up in here. It only took matching items. Because I had 1 cobblestone, it pulled up cobblestone. If I had a chest, it would have pulled that up. If I had a workbench, it'll pull that up. But it won't pull anything else unless there's at least one of that item type up here. This one here says leave 1 filled stack of every type. So it's going to take up everything except 1 full stack. So mixture of stuff, but I don't want everything. I can just click that. Now on this side, same basic idea. Fill all existing stacks. I don't have any half stacks, but now I do. Click this. It's going to pull down just enough to fill that stack. So if I had half a stack of cobble and half a stack of wood, clicking on that will fill up those from this inventory and leave the rest there. This one here says move matching items. So same as over here, except instead of moving them up, it's going to move them down. So it didn't move a chest or a workbench because I didn't have anything down here matching it. And the last one is move all items. That just brings everything down from here. So this can store up to 5 different recipes on each side. working in and out as you need to. And again, you can switch between memory cards to do that again. So you can have 4 memory cards with multiple different recipes, with 2 active furnaces going, and the ability to sort pretty easily. And again, this little eye here is a great reference. It's going to cover pretty much everything we just did, broken down in just specific commands. This is a great component to use in your system, giving you the ability to furnace, or if you will, cook things at the same time that you're crafting with the JEI. Gives you a lot of opportunities, especially if you're making a lot of several different things over a period of time. Memorizing those recipes and be able to come back in and make a bunch of those as you need to. Really handy to have. All right, so this one was, of course, a little bit more involved than some of our other tutorials. So if you do have any questions about how to use the crafting station or any of my tutorials, please be sure to put those down in the comment section. I'll do my best to get back with you as quickly as I can, as well as any recommendations or suggestions that you may have for other tutorials you'd like to see in Sky Factory 4. I'm always looking for new ideas, and this one here was actually a suggestion by one of our community members on our Discord channel. You can also go to my website, OnlydravenGaming.com, and there at the bottom of the first page, you'll find a place to submit questions, recommendations, or suggestions via email. You'll also find links to all of my tutorials and videos, my streaming schedule, a link to join the ODG Discord, a link to all my social media accounts, the ODG store for cool OnlydravenGaming merch, and a whole bunch of other resources that you may find helpful. So I really do recommend checking out the website. But that is going to do us for this tutorial. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.